Hi.
Hola.
Hi, hier ist Mr. Döse.
This is Michael Bradley.
Hey, I'm Memphis.
Hey.
Hola. Hello.
I'm here with soccer.com.
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 And I'm talking with my friends soccer.com.
See you soon.
Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Adidas Copa 17.1 in the brand new limited edition Crowning Glory colorway. Now, being that this is a limited edition version, it does come with this kind of white shoe bag. It's not really a string bag in that you can't wear it as a backpack, although it does have the string there at the top so you can seal it, and it has the Adidas tag there on the side, but it's pretty much just a plain white bag. Other than that, you do of course get the shoes themselves, which look really good in this white and metallic gold colorway. Of course, in today's video, we're going to take a detailed look at the shoe itself. We'll go over the tech specs and performance features of the Copa 17.1. We'll take a look at the weight of the shoe as well as how they fit and feel on feet. So if you are interested in learning more, please stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, there'll be a little pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $220 retail price. So keep in mind that this does have a $20 premium versus a regular colorway of the Copa 17.1. Again, a little pop-up on screen, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's take a closer look at the colorway. Now, this being a limited edition release, the $20 premium has nothing to do with the actual shoe itself. This is all pretty much the same materials you'd find on a regular pair of Copa 17.1s. A little bit of a difference here at the heel, but not something that's going to impact performance. And you do get the kind of glossy wearable finish there on the sole plate, but again, none of that does affect performance. So the premium that you pay in the price tag has to do with the colorway, and I guess somewhat of the exclusivity of having a limited edition color versus a standard general release one. So as you can see, it's a combination of white and gold, which always looks very good with each other. I will say this, these are going to get dirty pretty quickly. That's generally the case with white leather, especially with the white stitching. That stains and it's pretty much impossible to get that out. You have the white embroidery around the Adidas stripes as well, which is going to stain quite quickly. The laces, and even this compression tongue has a lot of exposed mesh material, which is also going to get dirty and be very hard to clean afterwards. As far as other details you're going to find on the shoe, you can see the inside of the Adidas stripes has this kind of textured finish to it. Around the heel area, it almost has this kind of alligator scale or like reptile skin type pattern to it, which looks pretty cool. It's a very subtle detail you don't necessarily notice from a distance, but up close it is quite noticeable. You have the gold right here on the back with the Adidas logo on the heel tab, the Copa right here on the lateral side, the Adidas logo in gold there on the top of the tongue piece. Inside, you're going to find gold detailing in the liner as well as the insole, which is a cool little touch. And then again, the heel counter and sole plate is metallic gold at the heel and then fades to kind of a glossy white in the forefoot. All of this will wear over time. It'll kind of just chip off, similarly to what you're going to find on the other kind of plus models from Adidas, be it the Pure Agility, Pure Chaos, or Pure Controls. And then of course you do have kind of the semi-translucent, kind of milky white stud tips, which again, all of it looks very good. It's a super clean colorway. There isn't really anything to hate on in my opinion. I'm a big fan of how these look, but again, just keep in mind that they are going to get dirty very quickly. So let me know what you guys think of these down below in the comment section. Do you like how they look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. From a performance standpoint, the Copa 17.1 does offer a quality kangaroo leather upper, but at the same time, it does incorporate the sprint frame and stud pattern taken straight from the high-end Adidas Ace models, more specifically the 17.1 variations of the shoe that don't have the boost foam insert. So you get that sole plate, that stud pattern, kangaroo leather upper, and I guess some more modern innovation in the form of this compression tongue. But for the most part, it's kind of a more traditionally styled shoe in terms of how it fits and feels on your foot, but it also at the same time doesn't feel bulky, and it has a fairly lightweight sensation in comparison to some other shoes in this particular category. So with the upper itself, it is majority kangaroo leather, which is always nice to see. So basically all the parts of the upper that aren't this reptile finish, which is basically just at the heel, is entirely made from leather. So the lateral side of the midfoot, flowing through the forefoot area, there is a seam right there, but it does continue on in leather. And then again, it cuts off at pretty much the same point at the heel. So the parts of the shoe that you would want to be leather are, and the quality of the kangaroo leather is quite nice, not necessarily on par with an actual Copa Mundial, and it's really difficult to compare this to a regular Copa, but like I said, as kind of a modern interpretation, if you will, it's pretty good. There's not too much to complain about. Again, it's on par in terms of leather quality with other shoes in this particular category at the same price point from other brands. Laces run through the middle, as you guys can see. Pretty deep lacing system, which is nice to see as well. So you're able to get a nice, snug, secure fit when you pull the laces tight. Then you move on to the compression tongue piece, which is the one aspect of this shoe that I'm personally not too crazy about. Basically what's going on is you have this thin kind of elasticated stretchy material that has this midfoot wrap. So basically the tongue extends down the side and you can see it there internally, and it basically just covers the midfoot or wraps the midfoot, which feels fine once you get them on. It's just getting them on that's a little bit of an issue, mainly because it tends to crinkle right around the front part right here. And you're gonna have to do some adjusting with putting your hand inside the shoe and pulling certain parts of the compression tongue so you're not getting those little bulges on the inside of the upper that can feel uncomfortable on your foot. Again, not a big deal once you mess around with it, but I would have personally preferred just a synthetic tongue or even a kangaroo leather tongue just to kind of maintain the same type of, I guess, thickness of the upper across the entire foot. And again, it's a compression tongue for the sake of a compression tongue. There's not really any performance benefit to it. It's not a sturdy enough material to where it's adding any kind of responsiveness to the feel. It's not improving the fit of the shoe. It's something that they've more or less just incorporated there as kind of a modern feature that really doesn't have any performance benefit, if that makes any sense. You also have this extension piece to the tongue, kind of like a flap tongue, an homage to the actual Copa Mundial. It doesn't really stay down if you leave it like this. I know a lot of you guys pointed out in my other video of the Copa 17.1 that you could theoretically fold it down and then tie the laces on top, and that would hold it in place. You can see they put the Adidas logo there on the opposite side, kind of with the intention that you can fold it down if you want. Just know that it won't stay down on its own. And I think for most people, wearing it up isn't going to be a big issue. It's not stiff, it's not going to get in the way, you don't really notice it, but it's something that visually I know not everybody is a huge fan of. Moving on to the heel area, pretty straightforward, standard low cut, which I think is what this shoe should have. It shouldn't necessarily be a mid-cut model, it doesn't need to be. Internally, you have a nice synthetic leather liner with these two little kind of extra padded bulges, I guess is the best way to describe it, on both sides of the ankle. So I really like that. It does offer a nice kind of soft padded feel when you put these on in the heel area. No issues with slippage. You're locked down pretty efficiently. And again, it's just a nice heel liner in general. The insole, it's fully removable. It features a nice synthetic suede liner on top, and then it's just an ortholite foam. Fairly thin, but it does get the job done. No complaints there. And then moving on to the sole plate and stud pattern, like I mentioned, it is the exact same sprint frame and stud pattern combination that you'll find from the Ace line, the Ace 17 models. Not like the Pure Control though, because obviously it doesn't have the boost foam, but it gets the job done. It gives a nice lightweight feel to the shoe. You get the external heel counter. It's got decent flexibility, which does get more flexible as you break them in the forefoot area, the kind of stiffener bars through the midfoot and heel, so it's rigid in the right spots as well. And then the FGAG stud pattern that's comprised of pretty much all conical studs. That does get the job done. It's definitely more of a firm ground stud pattern than a true AG stud pattern, but it does get the job done on both surfaces. And as far as stud patterns go, it's nothing spectacular in regards to traction. It's kind of the same variation we've been seeing from Adidas for years now. You've probably used it if you've bought an Adidas shoe in the last couple of years. And I think for most people, it's sufficient enough and nothing that you really need to worry too much about. It gets the job done, and that's really all you need to know. So as an overall package, I think the Copa 17.1 is a pretty solid shoe. It's not necessarily something that we haven't seen from the Adidas brand before with 11 Pro SL models, but it's a nice shoe nonetheless, and definitely something that should be on your list of considerations if you're on the market for something with a soft leather upper, and I guess a more modern fit and feel in general. In regards to weight, the Copa 17.1 is, like I mentioned, a very light shoe. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to weigh them for you today in real time using this scale. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. I'm going to throw them on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 7.35 ounces, the equivalent of 208 grams. So for comparison's sake, that's very similar in weight to something like an X16 Plus Pure Chaos, which is a shoe that I think a lot of people would assume to be quite lighter or a lot lighter in comparison to something like this Copa 17.1, but that's not necessarily the case. It's one of their lighter top-end models at the moment. And again, if you're looking for something with that soft kangaroo leather upper and a lightweight feel in general, this does have that on offer. All right, so here is a look at the Copa 17.1s on feet. On my left foot, I have the stock white laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot, I have a pair of metallic gold reflective SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. There'll be a little pop-up on screen as well as a link down below in the description that'll take you directly there. So if you're interested in a pair, be sure to go ahead and check that out. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, they are very, very comfortable shoes straight out of the box. The leather is soft, it's flexible, the sole plate doesn't really have that much stiffness to it, and the shoe, like I said, just fits really nicely. It's kind of the same general shape you'll find across Adidas right now as a brand because they all use that sprint frame base, but for the most part, it's decently wide as well, mainly because of that leather being a little bit more forgiving. It's going to stretch as you wear them in, like most leather shoes will, and considering the entire upper is pretty much leather, if you do have a wider foot, this is going to be probably the best option for you from the Adidas brand, aside from the actual Copa Mundial, which does fit a fair bit wider. This is nothing like the original Copa in regards to fit as well as sizing. So, like I said, very comfortable, very flexible, kind of what you would expect from this style of shoe. As far as width is concerned, again, these are going to fit just about anybody. So if you do have wide feet, these should fit you quite comfortably. And in regards to sizing, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. All right, guys, that is it for my review of the crowning glory Adidas Copa 17.1. If you are interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can either click the little eye in the corner of the screen or the very first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $220 retail price. If you have any questions regarding this shoe, leave them down below in the comments, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.